Hello, Tansi, bonjour, and good day. Mio Kisago, as we say in the Cree language, which means good day. And welcome again. My name is Dallas Arcand, three-time world champion hoop dancer, and I'm broadcasting to you live from the beautiful unceded territory of the Okanagan Nation, also known as the Syilx Nation. And as I mentioned in previous videos, this is my daughter's territory. So in a way, it's kind of an extension of my territory. It's my second home away from home, but I truly acknowledge that this is ancestral territory of the Okanagan people of the Syilx Nation, and I'm kind of a visitor here in a way too, so I walk this land with the utmost respect and just here to share some indigenous knowledge today for you. So today I'm going to be sharing 11 hoops. I've shared up to 10 hoops now. In previous lessons I've shared 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm doing all the way up to 13 just to pass on the knowledge and share as much as I know with hoop dancing, which is in relation and will coincide with my book. If you buy my 13 hoops book, you'll find the QR code to this video in the book. So I just thought I would give that an honorable mention and share about my new book that's coming out. It's called 13 Hoops, Life's Lessons Lived and Learned. So it's a combination of hoop dancing and just life lessons and culture all combined into one. All these things that I've encountered in my life that I wanted to share in the book format. So the book is kind of a written format of myself when you see me in person and I do my presentations. It's kind of like the written form, because once I'm gone, then the things that I've learned and shared are gone too. And that's what we say about our elders in our culture. Our elders are like dictionaries. They're like libraries of information. They say that when one of our elders passes away onto the spirit world, that knowledge goes with them. So I just thought I would share some knowledge, because someday I might be an elder too. Maybe I am an elder in a way. When I'm gone, this information, what I share here today, will hopefully resonate into the future generations and beyond. So with that, I want to get into the hoop dance. So with 11 hoops, there isn't a lot of things I can do with 11 hoops other than an extension of what I showed you. But what I didn't show you in the previous lesson, in the 10 hoop lesson, was the buffalo skull. And that's because we're kind of running short of time in that lesson. Maybe I talk too much, maybe I talk not enough, who knows. But I think it works perfect with this part of the 11 hoops, because this particular formation with 10 and 11, they kind of work together because of the transitions. Remember what I said about the transitions before in previous lessons, that the transitions in the hoop dance are extremely important, because how we get from one formation or one hoop to the next is super important. So anyways, I'm going to get into the formation now. So when I'm in 10 hoops, I'll have that hoop on the ground, and that's like the 11th hoop right there. But the only difference is that I'm going to be coming into it from the buffalo skull. So how that's going to work is I'm going to have this formation just like this, and this buffalo skull formation, I'm going to credit this design to the great Quinton Pipestem from the Tsuut'ina Nation. So Quinton Pipestem, he's also a three-time world champion hoop dancer. And I kind of learned this move back in my early years, and I still do it once in a while. So this is, I consider this his move. So that's where, sorry, I jumped ahead of the gun there. So what I'm gonna do here is 4 on this side and 3 on this side. So what I do is I take this center hoop right here and I jump into these hoops. And you gotta leave one dangling out. So I only step in 2 hoops out of the 3. And then you're gonna drop the inner hoops like that, the inner hoops, and then drop the center one like that, okay? And then these ones flip up. And Quinton explained to me that this represents for the buffalo skull, because you can see even in my skull, in my beadwork here, in my medallion, you can see it kind of takes that shape especially when I start moving, right? When I'm moving to the dance, you can kind of see that buffalo skull shape, right? So that's what that represents. It represents the buffalo skull, according to Quinton Pipestem. So what's going to change from here and how I go into 11 hoops is part of the difference that makes the difference here. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take these outer hoops now and flip them in and weave them like that. Okay? So now I take these hoops and I'm going to take all these hoops up like this. Then I'm going to take this and put this in my mouth. And now I have the next formation. Now here's the 11. Pick it out with a foot. And you step into it and lock it like this. And there you have 11 hoops like that. And you go like this. And you go like this. All right, there you go. There's 11 hoops for you. And you could even do a couple other formations from this as well. So you could take this back out. You could take these hoops out. And I don't even know what this formation is. I've seen other hoop dancers do it, where they flip these out like this. And they do this formation. So I don't even know what this formation is called. But that's the 3 variations of 11 hoops. So there isn't too much to 11 hoops. As far as I know, I haven't seen anybody else do anything with 11 hoops. Not to say that there isn't, like I'm sure there is. Like you could, like for example, you could take that whirlwind formation that we've made in previous lessons, and you can add to it. So you can always add to formations. So for example, here is the whirlwind formation. So all I'm doing is I'm just adding to it. So I'm going to add 4 more hoops at the end of it, or actually just 3 more hoops. I'm going to do this weaving technique. I've seen hoop dancers do this before, where they weave into it and then they make this formation like this. So I don't know if you can see that very well. So I'm going to go back a little bit so you can see it. So a lot of the hoop dancing has to do with the dancing. So, and just to finish things off here, I'm going to collapse all my hoops again. And so now I got it back to the original bundle I started with. And then from here, I'm just going to do this formation again. So this is how you make the hoop world. So you make a little cross like that. And then I'm going to put one on the shoulder. Now we could spin these all 11 of them, or 8 of them, and then you make a big hoop world like that. So that's a quick and easy way of making a world, and I've showed you previous lessons, and you can pretty much do this with any denomination of the hoops. And there you go, folks. There's the 11 hoops. So this one is basically just going to be a shorter lesson, because there's not too much more else I can do with 11 hoops. And as I shared before, every denomination is different. Maybe I got my work cut out for me. Maybe I got to invent more things with 11 hoops, because that's what I've had to do over my career, my 30 plus years of hoop dancing. I've had to come up with new formations and new moves. And sometimes it's not always about that. It's about just maintaining what you've got and training. And so the major part of hoop dancing that a lot of people don't see is that as hoop dancers, not only do we have to practice hoop dancing, but we have to train for it. So there's jogging involved, there's exercise involved, there's weight training, and you know, you gotta kind of keep your body in tune and shape, because you got to be strong enough. Like, there's a lot of core strength involved. Like, I'm no bodybuilder or anything like that, but I know I got, like, my muscles are pretty decent. And back in my world championship days, I was like probably only 5% body fat, maybe at that. So now I'm at a healthier weight, but in competitive mode, when we compete at the world championships, you got to get right tuned in to your craft as a hoop dancer. Like, you got to kind of focus so much that you don't notice anything. You don't notice if you're out of breath. You don't focus on being tired, sore muscles, anything like that. You just go. You just give her. And that's the one thing that a lot of people don't understand about competitiveness and competitive sports, and especially in hoop dancing. Like, you're out there just dancing, you're just giving it your all, and at the same time you gotta enjoy it. You gotta have like a smile, and then just enjoy yourself. And the more you enjoy yourself, the more fluid you'll be, the more loose you'll be, and the more easier it'll be for you to move and dance and just let yourself go. Let the beat control your body. That's what my cousins used to always tell me back in the day. Back when I was doing my break dancing, powwow dancing, they're like, just let the beat control your body, cuz, you know, just go with the flow. And to be a good dancer too, you have to be able to float. They call it floating. Like, some of the best dancers in the world in any genre, they all float. You know, whether it's ballroom dancing or breaking, popping, or any kind of style of dancing, hip hop. You know, there's so many different styles. The best dancers in the world, they float. They float like a butterfly and sting like a bee, just like in Muhammad Ali's favorite saying. Yeah, even in boxing, you know, you have to be light on your feet. So that's just, it applies the same. So there you go. There's the 11th hoop. And I could give you guys another quick demonstration of that again and how it works. So I'll break that down again for you one more time, just to show you. I'm gonna do it real quick now. So typically I'd be coming into this from another move. I wouldn't be doing it this way. I'd be coming into it from another move. So I'll show you the sequence of how I go into it. So here's the sequence. So I'd be doing the 8th hoop, where I'm dancing with these 8 hoops here. I'd be on hoop number 8. I do that 8 hoop formation. Now where you do this one, and you do it like this. Then you spread them apart, and you keep spreading them apart. Now we build this portion of it. And if we have the 8 hoops again. And remember, that's a caterpillar design. And then we do the whirlwind design from here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we pop into this. Then we go into the butterfly design. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then from here, this is where we pick up those other hoops. So here's 9 and 10 right here. Then we're going to pick that up. And then we do this design. And then we let these ones go right here. And then we're into the 10 hoop design right here. So 10 hoops, Quinton pipe stem. This is your move. Thank you, buddy. And then from here, we pop these guys back in. And then this is where it kind of gets tricky, because you're gonna have to pick up all these hoops here and put this one down, spread these out like so, and then this one, you kind of have to, like how I showed you to pick up one hoop, this is where that trick applies with the one hoop lesson. And then you just step into the hoop like that and lock it. So now we're locked. So there's the 11 hoop formation with the eagle, like that. Then you can even walk through it like that. It's a little tricky to walk through it, but it is possible. Like that. There we go. There's the 11 hoop formation. You can do it a couple of different ways, but I figured out a few different ways to do it. And like I say, I only do it when I do my 20 hoop routine. And again, here's that world formation. Show you here again. There we go. Ta-da! Abracadabra. So there you go. I'm sure anybody could probably pull off this one where you put the hoops together. So there you go. There's a little hoop knowledge for you today, sharing my hoop techniques with you. And I haven't even showed you some of the more difficult moves, because there's advanced tricks. These are just kind of like the walkthrough tricks that I could do to show you guys, just to show you how we get into the formations, because I didn't even show you how to do it with the dancing and the fast spinning and some of the combinations that go into it, because there's combinations and then there's also the formations and so on and so forth. So I just wanted to share these are the fundamentals. And if you are going to take up hoop dancing, just keep in mind that there's the dancing portion of it where you got to find your own rhythm, your own beat, and you got to find a way to be synchronized with the hoops and the beat and the dance itself, because it takes a lot of effort to make those hoops move the way you want them to move. And you got to move like water, like the river. That's the one thing that I think about the most when I hoop dance. I think about the river. I think about how the river flows, and how, like, when there's a rock in the river doesn't stop. It just flows. Like, it's constant energy, it's constant flow, it's a constant movement of energy. And that's super important when it comes to anything in life. You want to flow just like a river. You want to have a direction in mind, and you want to just flow like that river, like that energy. That's what I think about when I dance, is I think about how the river, the current is so powerful, and at the same time it's so beautiful, and it just flows, that beautiful flowy energy. So there you go. There's today's hoop dance lesson with 11 hoops. So I got 2 more hoops to go, so 2 more lessons coming right up. All right, thank you guys for tuning in, and have a good day. Miao Kisagao. Peace out.